Welcome to Jared Scott Outdoors. This YouTube channel is dedicated to getting our youth more involved in the outdoors. To do this, I'll be out with family and friends doing all sorts of outdoor adventures. Loading up our fishing gear and taking off, we headed north along Highway 75 towards Chalice. As you watch the scenery along the road, notice how much everything changes over the miles. Right now, it's pine trees right down to the road in the Salmon River with the Sawtooth Mountains in the background. It's truly a beautiful drive. As you make it to Chalice, continue north on Highway 93. The drive is still a beautiful drive, but it's interesting how now instead of pine trees down to the road, it opens up to much drier mountains and, in my opinion, a bit more rugged view. Either way, type in Goldbug Hot Springs into your phone on your map app and it should get you there. It's about 20 miles south of Salmon at Elk Bend. There wasn't a sign for Goldbug, but my Maps app found the turn just fine. It was right after the sign for Elk Bend that you'll make the turn off the highway. Now it's about a half mile to the end of the road, which is also right along a private residence. In fact, the trail actually starts out in private property and next to this residence that sits in this beautiful little canyon spot. Because of that, they ask that you keep the noise down and any dogs you bring, keep them on a leash for that part of the trail. And of course, make sure to stick to the trail so that the landowner will continue to allow public access through the property to Goldbug Hot Springs up the canyon beyond.
Alright, so we made the drive out to Goldbug. It's about 20 miles south of Salmon, and we've always heard about it, so we just wanted to come and check it out and see what it's like.
Crossing the bridge over the creek, the trail immediately starts into what turns out to be several switchbacks, gaining elevation right off the bat. I'll admit, it surprised me how many switchbacks we took one after another to start out this hike.
Hey, it just keeps going. Well, they say it's 2 miles each way, so 4 miles round trip to the Goldbug Hot Springs. And I think about 1,300 feet elevation gain. You can tell that you're basically switchbacking to get out of that private property up above and out of their stuff, so it makes sense.
When I caught up with Abby and Kate, I was surprised with their suggestion.
So we're wanting to run it. Want to do it with us?
Run it?
Just like a little bit until we get like extremely exhausted. Let's just run a little bit.
Let's run it back.
Let's do both. Go.
Obviously, Abby didn't like my idea and I wasn't about to be shown up, so I took off after him.
Oh, you're really heavier than us. We run track and we love to run.
If I thought we were done jogging, I was far from right.
Yeah, they're killing me here. Literally had zero sleep, couldn't sleep last night before we left. Too excited to go fishing for salmon. That didn't work out. I've let Abby drive a couple times so I could try to sleep. If you've ever tried sleeping with a 16-year-old daughter driving windy backcountry roads, you can guess how well I was sleeping.
I have to defend myself.
We're on camera. We're on camera.
Bad.
Don't do anything you wouldn't want on camera. So I'm exhausted. Now they want to run this mountain. And now they're running off again. I should not be sweating this bad a mile into the hike, but I am. It's 90 plus degrees out and we're jogging. Well, there it is up there in that canyon, that sharp V. It's tucked away up there, so obviously have some elevation to gain.
Eventually we made it close enough to the hot springs that the trail started the steeper climb up into the canyon. That was enough to finally slow my kids down to a walk. We could tell there was still a fair amount of elevation to gain, and sure enough, the trail climbed up pretty steadily at this point.
This hike is about 1,300 feet elevation, and we have definitely found that elevation. It is getting really steep.
It's just kind of an interesting trail in that it's wide open, totally exposed in some spots, and then you tuck down into the bottom of the draw and you're under the canopy of the trees and along the river, and then back up in the rocks, back along the river. It's just kind of a mix of everything. Kind of a fun trail if I wasn't panting so dang hard, because these guys think they got to run it, but it's kind of fun. I'm interested to see what it looks like up there.
Look at that! Like 3 different waterfalls all flowing in.
That's cool.
That's so cool.
The first pools actually appeared sooner than I thought. On their own, these waterfalls and pools were a beautiful sight to walk into, but I knew we weren't at the main pools yet because there were no people, and there was plenty of vehicles at the trailhead when we started to let us know there should be a handful of people up here somewhere. That being said, we just kept on going. Just a little further up, we came to another area with a series of man-made pools, but again, this wasn't the main area either. This didn't look like the pictures I'd seen, and we still hadn't found those other hikers.
I knew there was multiple pools, but there's more than I thought. It's spread out further than I thought.
Sure enough, up ahead we ran into the other people. This was the spot that I'd seen pictures of. As you continue just a little higher, there's a bridge that overlooks the bigger pools where we could see several other people enjoying the warm waters of the many pools. Trying to give others their space, we slipped around and into the far side of one of the bigger pools. We hadn't brought swimming suits, so we just used what we were wearing. There would hopefully be plenty of time to dry off as we headed back to the trailhead later on. I was actually a little surprised at how warm the water was. They say that it averages around 113 degrees Fahrenheit, and that you can expect up to 100 people each weekend, so I would recommend coming on a weekday. We came on a Monday, and there were still probably 20 people spread out through some of these pools.
It's so warm right here.
It literally feels like a sauna in the air right here.
Yeah, right here too. Not as much as over there. You got it over there. Oh, these are pretty flowers.
I'm pretty sure this pool is where most of the photos are taken that you see online.
All right, what do you guys think?
It's way cool up here, for sure.
But as Abby, Kate, and I checked out some of the lower spots I showed you earlier, we found that there are some really cool things to see and explore. In fact, we found a spot we liked better than the bigger, more popular pools above. If you come up, I'll let you try to find this nearly hidden spot, by far our favorite little nook. Basically, it was like a little cave that can fit several people, with a pool inside and the cave being fed by a waterfall. To top it off, while you're sitting in this pool, you can see outside the canyon in front of you. It really makes for a scenario you'd think comes right out of a movie. In reality, we didn't explore everything that there is to see, and so now I wonder what else we missed. But what we did see sure made the trip very well worth it.
I think this is the coolest part.
All right, here we are at the Goldbug Hot Springs, and I'll tell you what, this is more impressive in person than what I've seen on the pictures. The pictures are gorgeous, which is why we came and made the long drive, here. we were close enough. It's like, hey, let's go see that place because the pictures look so amazing and it's better in person. So if this is something you want to do, come check it out. There's more pools than I thought. The water's warmer than I expected. It's just neat. Definitely worth the drive. Is it worth the hike, guys?
Oh yeah.
This is a fun place to come. These episodes can't be done without your help. You know the drill. Please make some comments, like, and subscribe, and I'll keep working on more videos.